Hey guys, it's me Crystal from Marching North, and today I'm going to show you how to make this cute macrame hat hanger. To start, you're going to have a 2-inch wooden ring, and I'm just sticking it here on my hooks. And then you'll need to grab 6 pieces of 5mm macrame cord, and you'll find all the links down in the description. And you're going to attach each piece to the wooden ring using a lark's head knot. Now you're going to grab the 2 center cords and cross the right over the left, and then you're going to use that right cord as the filler cord to tie a row of 6 double half hitch knots going down and to the left. Now you're going to use the 6th cord from the right as the filler cord to tie a row of 5 double half hitch knots going down and to the right. Now before we do the next row, we're going to take our whole thing here and flip it around to the back, and then just stick it back on your hook. And now we're going to tie another row of double half hitch knots. So grab that right center cord, and you're going to use it as your filler cord to tie a row of 5 double half hitch knots going down and to the left. And then you're going to skip the last cord. Now grab the 6th cord from the right and use it as your filler cord to tie 4 double half hitch knots going down and to the right. Now we're going to flip everything back around to the front side. And you're going to grab that right center cord and use it as your filler cord to tie 4 double half hitch knots going down and to the left. Now grab that 6th cord from the right and tie a row of 3 double half hitch knots going down and to the right. Now we're going to grab one of our wooden beads and we're going to thread it on these 2 cords right in the center. An easy trick to thread a bead onto your cord so it doesn't fray is just to use a smaller piece of cord and then loop it over and thread it through the bead. And that just makes it super easy. Just pull it right through. and you don't end up fraying the ends terribly, and just slide it right up there in the center. Now we're going to tie the next row of double half hitch knots using that same filler cord from the last row on the left, and you're going to tie 3 double half hitch knots going down and to the right. Then use the same filler cord from the previous row on the right to tie 4 double half hitch knots going down and to the left. Now we're going to flip our work around to the other side again, and then we're going to use the filler cord on the left from that previous row we did on the side, and you're going to tie 4 double half hitch knots going down and to the right. And there's going to be a little bit of a gap there between the row above it, so don't worry about that little gap there on the left. Don't try to tighten it all the way or it'll bunch up your work. Now you're going to use that second cord on the right as the filler cord to tie 5 double half hitch knots going down and to the left. Now you're going to turn it back around to the front, and now you're going to use the leftmost cord to tie 5 double half hitch knots going down and to the right. There's going to be about an inch wide space there on that first knot between the knot above it, so don't worry about that. It's supposed to look like that. And just don't try to pull it too tight again because it will kind of bunch up that side of your hat hanger. Now grab the far right cord and use it as the filler cord to tie 6 double half hitch knots going down and to the left. And just like the other side, there'll be a gap over here, but just ignore that and it will be fine. All right, now we have our top design done, so we're going to do the part where the hat actually goes. So you're going to hold 6 cords on either side, and then we're going to start on the left side, so just ignore the right 6 cords for now. So you're going to take the outer 2 cords from the left side, and you're going to tie a square knot around the other 4 cords in the center. And now you're going to tie another square knot right underneath that first one. Do the same thing over on the right side, making sure they're even with the 2 square knots over on the left. Okay, back over on the left, now we're going to tie a switch square knot. So to do that, you take the 2 center cords and bring them to the outside, and then you just use those to tie your square knot instead of the 2 that were already on the outside. And this is a way to just kind of jazz up your square knots a little bit without having to do a whole different knot. You're going to bring it up about 2 inches below the last square knot you tied, and then just finish your square knot. You're going to repeat that 4 more times and just make sure you keep your spacing pretty much the same. And I also recommend, if you have a specific hat you're planning on putting in this hanger, just check and make sure it's big enough, and if it's not, you might need to add another square knot. Or if you want to make it smaller, you could reduce it by 1 or 2. Then once you've tied your last switch square knot, you're just going to tie 1 more regular square knot right up underneath that. Repeat all that for the right side and just make sure all your knots line up with the ones on the left. Now to attach the 2 sides, you're going to take the far right cord from the left side and use it as a filler cord to tie a row of 6 double half hitch knots going down and to the right. Now grab the 7th cord from the right and use it as your filler cord to tie a row of 5 double half hitch knots going down and to the left. Now we're going to flip it all around to the back again. You're going to grab the left center cord and use it as your filler cord to tie a row of 5 double half hitch knots going down and to the right. Now use the 6th cord from the left to tie a row of 3 double half hitch knots going down and to the left. Now I'm going to turn this around again, and then we're going to tie a square knot in the center with the center 4 cords. I later realized after I did this that I could have just done it on the other side and it would look the same. So if you don't want to flip it right now, you don't have to. But if you do, that also works. And then just tie a square knot right here in the center with the center 4 cords. Now if you flipped it like I did, you're going to want to flip it back, but if you didn't, then you're good. And we're going to use that left filler cord from the previous row of double half hitch knots to tie a row of 3 double half hitch knots going down and to the right. Grab the filler cord from the previous row on the right and tie a row of 3 double half hitch knots going down and to the left. And then at the end, I ended up tying one more double half hitch knot going down and to the right on the other side to close the diamond. Now we're going to flip it around one more time, and you're going to use the outer 2 cords here as your filler cords. So start on the left, and you're going to tie a row of 5 double half hitch knots going down and to the right. Now use the far right cord as your filler cord to tie a row of 5 double half hitch knots going down into the left. Then go back over on the left side and tie one more double half hitch knot going down into the right to close up the diamond. I decided to do a little test fit here real quick, and then now we're going to cut the fringe at the bottom. So I'm just kind of eyeballing it, and I wanted to make sure that the angle of the fringe was the same as the diamond. So just get your super sharp scissors, and then you can cut your fringe nice and straight. And it's a good idea if you want to get it really straight, you could use masking tape or something to make sure it's perfect, but I just was eyeballing it, so as you can see, I had to go back and make some adjustments. Once you get the fringe cut, you can go ahead and brush it out if you want to. And also now you could use some stiffening spray. I didn't yet, but I probably will in the future to keep it from curling. And then go ahead and give it another trim to get it nice and neat. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, please like, leave a comment, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. Thanks for watching!